A little over a year ago, more than 150 of you gathered for our online AGM, followed by the Thomas Frank interview live from the team's training camp in Girona. It was at that AGM that Stuart announced his resignation as chairman, and when we met another Stuart in a quick introduction. Stuart Hatcher became chair of Bees United with unanimous approval, in what could have been a hard act to follow. However, Stuart's a veteran of all the negotiations with Matthew for Bees United, before the 96% sale of our club to Matthew in June 2012. And he quickly set about giving the board some ideas to think about. Straight away, Stuart set some immediate challenges when he asked the board to consider how Bees United should now be seen by you, the members, 10 plus years after that sale to Matthew. It seemed to be the right time to restate Bees United's purpose, so the 4 pillars of Bees United now outlines how the trust will be managed, and notably, the 4th pillar introduces our most ambitious theme, stating that Bees United will promote and protect the history and heritage of the club. We'll come on to that soon, but as the season closed in great style with our 1-0 win against Man City, thank you Ethan, Bees United set about getting stuck in around Brentford itself. Following that rather special second Premier League season where we finished 9th in the league, in June we were part of the Brentford FC Appreciation Day. We met some very happy people, and we also met some of the soon-to-be very famous Penguins. As June heated up, we teamed up with Eco World in the Brentford Canal Festival. Our aim was to blend physical activity with a significant heritage message. A fantastic number of kids cycled a pretend journey from Griffin Park to G-Tech on bikes that made smoothies that were slurped up immediately. We had a good number of regular customers, including some very well-known ones. It was clearly a very friendly event, but as well as being out and about in Brentford itself, as the summer went on, we forged new partnerships. The Her Game 2 movement is doing amazing work throughout football, and it has a particularly strong presence in Brentford, led by Ali Mullally. You can now spot the Her Game 2 logo proudly displayed on our homepage. Later in the summer, as the Bees ventured to the USA, we were thrilled to sponsor the Planet Penguin Summer Camp. You may have seen the film premiered at the Tribeca Festival. Many Bees fans witnessed Alan Cochrane receive the Unsung Hero Award from David Beckham at the Who Cares Wins Awards in September. Meanwhile, back in the Bees United boardroom, we were working away on 2 different dreams. These were centred around the care of the BFC Memorabilia Archive and commemorating the club's founding in 1889. The first of these dreams was to start organising the BFC Archive, and we are now the lawful owner. You'll hear more and more about that going forward. Here we are in the safe new storage back in May to ensure all the items are tidy, safely curated and catalogued. And here is one of the stars of the collection, Arthur Charlton's season ticket from the 1895-96 season. As we said, we want to promote and protect the history and the heritage of the club. And so our second dream was to design and install a plaque to commemorate the location of where our club was founded back in 1889. And here it is, just a huge kick away from our new home. We did it! In November, your Bees United plaque was installed near to the pub that everyone knows, 1 over the 8. It stands just metres away from the original location of the Oxford and Cambridge Hotel, where the Brentford Rowing Club met and agreed to set up a football club, with the round ball narrowly chosen over the oval ball. By doing this, Bees United has shared and promoted the history and heritage of the club with the widest possible audience. And so on a slightly sunny autumnal day, not unlike that day back in 1889, Bees United unveiled a plaque all Bees fans can cherish that shares a bit more of our club's history just around the corner from G-Tech. The Bees have experienced some lengthy journeys, a few mishaps, and at last, a very short journey. However, the whole morning began quite a bit earlier before the unveiling, when around 150 guests were treated to a unique heritage presentation at G-Tech and an exhibition from the club archive of which Bees United is now the lawful owner. We saw different aspects of the club's history, from meetings of the rowing club to unseen images of the Oxford and Cambridge Hotel, hosted by Jonathan Birchall. Peter Gillam shed a few words, and Brendan Nevin presented a collection of never-before-seen shirts from part of his collection. Here's a picture of our team from 1894, featuring a young Arthur Charlton, positioned 3rd from the left in the back row, the owner of the season ticket we showed earlier. Have a look at those amazing shirts with the original Brentford crest. In the background on the left, you'll notice the Bees United design sample of the shirt that will soon to be available for purchase in the Bees Superstore. Here's the Bees United retro shirt design of the first ever shirt worn by the team back in the 1890s. Replicas of this historic shirt will be available for purchase in the Bees Superstore soon. To wrap up, here's a brief video capturing the highlights of the presentation event and the unveiling of the plaque on the 22nd of November.
Togetherness and community are key values to everyone at Brentford Football Club. It was those values that inspired the members of Brentford Rowing Club, and now we have a special place that can bring fans and the local community together to take a moment to celebrate our club. And most of all, to all of our Bees fans that have been passionate about this club over those years, this is a very special occasion for all of us. A moment to celebrate and remember the history of the club and ensure we continue to build the club for generations to come. Thank you very much. Come on, you do.
We're going to take a trip down one of the best memory lanes in the business from the very beginning of the club.
Well, let's take a trip back to 1889, when fate was very much on our side.
Football shirt, it can be the first item bought for a newborn baby. It can be something secretly worn on a wedding day, or something added to a casket as a fan makes their last journey in this world.
I was lucky enough to co-commentate for many years with Alan Denman.
I do a presentation for the players and staff. It's about supporters, and I want the players to know why Brentford Football Club.
We're here to mark a very special occasion. In a short while, we will unveil a plaque that marks where Brentford Football Club was first founded 134 years ago.